Puzzle Maker, Fun and Imagination. This article was made through a collaboration of the entity Puzzle Maker and the Meg. Mark, Captain of Team Mystery. Level 236. Puzzle Box of Mysteries. Survival difficulty. Class Enigma. A fun place. Safe. Habitable. Description. Hello, it's Puzzle Maker here, and this is my home. This place is called Puzzle Box of Mysteries, but is also listed as level 236. It's an infinite Euclidean. Footnote. Mark told me to add this in, but I'm not sure what it means. End footnote. Which I can modify the structure of however I please. Isn't that awesome? In fact, everything here is entirely made out of puzzles that are under my direct control, even the food and the furniture. That's why the chairs are so comfortable. Whatever you prefer, I can make it happen. Anything for my friends to stay happy and comfortable. Another awesome quirk of my level is that it has a one-way connection to many Backrooms' surfaces, which causes all sorts of things to end up down here. Sometimes, entities fall into the rooms, although I quickly teleport them away. Other times, I find food, books, strange machinery. On one occasion, an entire statue popped up. It's incredible how many things I've found in my level. It's truly special to me. I hope you will feel the same way when I show you the rest. Waiting room. Image caption. You're gonna love it here. I remember it like it was yesterday. One day, I was walking around my place without a goal. A human figure fell through the ceiling before slamming onto the floor. There was one of my Rubik's Cubes in his left hand, contrasting with his grayscale outfit. I remember my excitement to see someone finally entering my place after so long. Someone clever who could enjoy my puzzles. The blonde man wasn't sharing my obvious enthusiasm, however. He quickly got up, frowning as he glanced at me. I presented myself as the puzzle maker, yet all he showed in return was distrust, comparing me to someone else. Note: see Entity 99, the Game Master. It took me a while to convince him. I just wanted him to enjoy himself here. I guess adults are all wary like this. He didn't seem to enjoy the bright colors around, dismissing the playground and the food. I was scared he would leave quickly, like the others. He told me his name was Mark, and that he worked in a team mystery. My excitement quickly grew. Finally, someone I could challenge with my enigmas. He was still not sharing my joy, but still agreed to try at least one. I was so excited. The only room I don't modify much is the waiting room. I organized it to have many fun little indoor playground structures, including the biggest slide and ball pit you'll ever see. Don't forget the free pizza slices in the dining corner either. It's a place you can stay in and relax while I organize my puzzle rooms, which I'll talk about in a second. Footnote. Mark is telling me to take my time to explain, but I'm so excited to be able to write my own level page. End footnote. It's the first place you will end up in when you stumble upon this level, putting you on a very soft rainbow blanket that I prepared exclusively for that occasion. You'll be able to go anywhere and play with whatever you like here. There are so many things to choose from. I personally suggest you trying the blue slide. It's curved and incredibly fast paced. The best of the best. The best of the best. It's guaranteed to give your childhood self a great time. The waiting room has a direct exit to the outside. It will lead you back to a level of your choice, as long as you think about it or say it out loud. If not, you'll return to the same level as before. Simple and safe. Just don't leave so soon, okay? I have so much more to show you. Puzzle rooms. Image caption. This is one of my favorites. I call it the glass room. Mark, explaining his boring Meggie job, gave me high expectations about the capabilities of my new friend, and he didn't disappoint. I did my best to create something hard, but fair for him, shifting my level to create a unique escape room. I remember how he first entered with uncertainty, not fully trusting me. That hurt, but I got used to it over the years. I guess the rest of the Backrooms isn't as calm and wholesome as here. He understood how to decipher the Caesar cipher pretty quickly and transpose the written numbers to coordinates of the chessboard floor. His lock-picking skills are equally as great, and he got to the hidden notebook soon after. Understanding the book code and transposing it was harder for him, but the L11 method on top of the page led him to understand the code was the blue channel coordinates of the endless city. Each enigma was harder than the last, but he vanquished all of them. Mark exceeded my hopes, solving all 10 enigmas faster than anyone before. I was so happy to find someone as clever as him. He came out of the room differently. He was smiling this time. He told me he had far more fun solving mysteries here than at work. I was so relieved to hear he liked it. The puzzle rooms are areas that change every day. They can be accessed through all kinds of secret doors and medium difficulty puzzles attached to those thresholds. These rooms can contain anything: mazes, complex quiz rooms, and anti gravity rooms with annexed mystery are only a few examples. Every day, I come up with an entirely new set of puzzles to solve that you can go on infinitely if you'd like them to. If you get too tired in a puzzle room, however, you can simply tap the red button to be transported back to the waiting room. Isn't that handy? This way, you'll never get frustrated or bored. It's endless and safe fun. The puzzles themselves are sometimes very complicated. That's how I like to make them. But don't worry, they are never unfair or dangerous. I always try to leave little hints to help the wanderers who are playing as an extra measure, especially if multiple wanderers team up in groups. Group puzzle solving is made even easier thanks to the radio communicators I can shape for these occasions. That way, everyone can collaborate. That increases the spirit of teamwork, doesn't it? I sure hope it does. The more people I see, the happier I am. Image caption. My imagination went off the limits with this. Mark said it was an eerie one. Discovery. As the days passed, I saw Mark change. He was more open, more confident, until he wasn't wary of me anymore. He told me about his life. He worked in Team Mystery in the Meg. Although he was mainly supposed to conduct operations in anomalous and cryptic levels, most of his life was spent at a desk, reviewing photos and typing notes. Not what he expected of the job initially, he said. I guess that's why he liked my enigmas so much. It gave him a way to have fun while doing his life's passion. In return, I told him about myself and my past on the level, how I ended up here, who fell in it before him. I was happy to finally have a friend to talk to. He asked me to help him document the place. They have a database to fill, he said. I was so excited to help him with it. It might mean more people will come here eventually. My level has been the subject of visits for a very long time. I don't remember the exact date, unfortunately. However, it was only recently that Mark decided to document it with me. He says he's a member of the Meg, specifically Team Mystery. He was returning from an exploration when he suddenly found one of my Rubik's Cubes on a level and ended up here right after he solved it. That is how he discovered me in my home. He was wary of me at first, and even a bit grumpy, but we've become great friends. That's why we collaborated on this together. Rules. No image caption available. The text on the image reads, Rules for level Puzzle Box of Mysteries. Very important. No arguments. No cheating. Cooperate. Team. Relax. No boredom. Eat all you want. Yum. Have fun. Play with me. Yay! Entrances and exits. Entrances. You can enter the puzzle box of mysteries by finding my Rubik's Cubes scattered across levels and solving them. If you wish for something easier, you can sometimes find posters of it on the ground and no clip into them. I also made a rainbow pathway that will lead you to it. The possibilities are truly endless. I made sure everyone could find me. Exits. You can exit by the entrance door in the waiting room. Just promise me you'll visit me again after that, okay? This level has so many things to offer, and it'd be a waste if you missed out on it. Puzzle Maker. Fun and imagination. Entity number 64. The Puzzle Maker. Slash. Level 236. Puzzle Box of Mysteries. It all happened quite fast, as if it was predicted by fate. Agent Mark had just wanted to solve a riddle, a simple cube he found during an exploration in Level 9, the suburbs. Yet, curiosity made him underestimate the kind of thing he had been dragged into. He challenged himself to finish it off as fast as he could, to show it off to his team once he returned to Base Gamma. boasting about having found such a strange object lying around in the empty neighborhood. Surely Team Mystery would have a good, light-hearted laugh at this finding, seeing their skills in enigma solving. But then, in the blink of an eye, he'd been dragged into another level, one so bright and childish it made him believe he was lucid dreaming. Colorful spaces, labyrinthian yet Euclidean structures, and a talking puzzle child who pounced on him excitedly at the discovery of his arrival. Agent Mark was sure he lost 30 years off of his life from that scare. Who knew that a simple cube would have led him straight into the den of an entity, much less someone as bizarre as them? The boy called himself the Puzzle Maker, a jester made of puzzles who, quote, brought the smartest humans in, end quote, with puzzles scattered across levels to then play with him. Initially, Agent Mark quickly grew wary of him, with his look reminiscent of that other jester. Note, see Entity 99, the Game Master. His immediate fear was to get killed in the old-fashioned Game Master style. Yet, as he got to wander around with him, the operative quickly realized this little boy was more harmless and sincere than he first assumed. He was simply a lonely child, looking for playmates who could keep him entertained. In a certain way, Puzzle Maker reminded Mark of his younger self, making him feel deeply sorrowful. Agent Mark ended up documenting the strange entity, deciding that spending a week away from the base wouldn't be that bad, surely. It was more liberating than he thought, neglecting his work in favor of engaging in solving enigmas and escape rooms. As the week progressed, he progressively started behaving like a kid trapped in the body of an adult man in a life crisis. And so, he let himself go, for once in his life, trapped in this realm of childhood nostalgia. But it couldn't last, could it? Agent Mark found himself observing the environment of the puzzle box of mysteries for the last time. The decorations and colorful walls reminded him of his kindergarten class from an era long gone, giving him a strange sense of nostalgia and relaxation. As the operative started to walk towards the exit door, he glanced at the many entrances to the various puzzle rooms his host had created just for him. Despite how long he'd been working in Team Mystery, never has enigma solving been so refreshing to him. Yet, the need to return to Base Gamma was growing. He sighed. His work probably started to pile up in the last few days, unless the Meg already marked him as dead. Are you going to leave? Puzzle asked from behind him, distressed by the situation. Mark looked him in the eyes, sensing the fear of isolation of the child. The guilt caught the agent off guard, being dragged in his father's shoes for an instant, reliving memories from a different perspective. I need to go back. I've got so many papers to complete. I got too distracted, and I shouldn't have. I'm sorry that I have to leave so soon. It's just how adult life goes. He rubbed his eyes, anticipating the mountain of files. Knowing the typical amount of work and exploration he had to endure, he couldn't remotely consider returning to the puzzle box of mysteries anytime soon. He had to focus on his job, as much as it tired him down. Resolving enigmas in a child's playhouse, even complex ones from a friendly face, was far from a priority. You promised we would play some more. Why are you going away so soon? You're too tired to go now. Why do you need to go back? It's making you feel bad, the boy protested as he hugged him. His voice grew shaky from stress and concern. Mark could see the worry in his face and discourse alike. Taken aback by the child's distress, he looked down at his small friend with a frown. Because adults need to work to survive. I don't have to do it to protect other people, even if it makes me tired. Adults have to make sacrifices. I don't like it, but that's how life goes. Why? Why do you need to get hurt for it? Isn't there another way? Can't everyone come here and be safe and happy? There's enough space. I don't get it. The boy kept asking without interruption, looking confused. Mark knew about the child's lack of human understanding. his information about them being restricted to help a few books and magazines that fell onto the level. He knew he was merely trying to help, and that him leaving disappointed and distressed the child. Not everyone knows about your level, and not everyone can stop their tasks all at once. It requires some careful planning and decisions. It's not that simple, unfortunately. I'm really sorry about having to leave. He didn't have the heart to also add that he wouldn't be able to visit him anymore, considering it to be too hurtful for the child. His attachment to him was high, despite his constant denial. The boy began to weep quietly. Please don't go. Stay with me. When someone leaves, they never come back. They go away and get bored of me and get caught up in their jobs and chores. But I'm a great puzzle boy. I can help you feel better, and we can have so much fun solving puzzles. He kept pleading with a pitiful gaze. Familiarity struck the operative. Puzzle's pleas reminded Mark of his own towards his father, begging him not to work all day and to play with him for once. Yet, all he was met with at the time was a blunt no, as the old man buried himself further in his office papers. Mark barely remembered his face anymore, replaced by the idea of an overworked figure who barely interacted with his child. Was it really what he became? A lifeless bureaucracy machine, unwilling to spend time with someone he cherished? Mark knelt down at his little friend's height and lightly patted the top of his head, reflecting on his priorities. He had been working nonstop for days, and this week was the only one he was able to accidentally get a break. And what a week it had been! He had to find a solution for both his and Puzzlemaker's sake. What if we come up with a compromise? Something that will ease your concerns and will help me treat myself more kindly. I don't want you to suffer from loneliness any longer. I also don't want to destroy my brain every day because of my fear of not doing enough, he said in a soft tone, feeling the role of the father he never had on his shoulders. He had the chance to break a soul-sucking cycle that affected everyone he knew, from his colleagues to his own parental figure. A compromise? The puzzle maker stopped weeping as he looked up at his friend with a look of relief. The child's hopeful tone made the operative smile in return. Yes, a compromise. I will visit you every 2 days to get some rest. But you must also understand that I still need to work despite that. Doing this will allow me to enjoy life more often by spending time with you, while also continuing my job with a fresh mind. As soon as I get back, we can work on your entity page together. What do you think? I'll be here to help you do it correctly and divide the work. How does that sound? The puzzle maker smiled, making Mark's heart soften at the sight. For a moment, he felt like he was talking to his past self, to the child who never had the chance to talk to his father in such a way. The child who saw his parental figure wither away, his endless work consuming him until the very end. It's a really great idea. I want to make sure we both keep it. I'll do my best as your friend to support you, but promise you will do the same. His eyes were determined and jovial. Mark couldn't help but chuckle at the sight. This odd entity he met really got to him, bringing him from a cold and grumpy operative to someone who reunited with his own childhood. We both will try to fulfill it. I will return soon after asking for the permission to begin writing what we need to. All right? Mark let go of the puzzle child before turning to face the exit door. Before he could leave, Puzzle held onto his sleeve one last time. Wait, before you go, let me give you something special. Don't lose it. The puzzle maker rushed away before returning a few minutes later with a big paper with a drawing on it. Unavailable. Mark couldn't help but tear up at that. He held the drawing close and smiled fully for him, a smile he held in for over 15 years of his adulthood. He felt freed by a painful shackle, and he could see the shadow of who he once was smiling back at him from afar. It was not real, but it was symbolic to him. It was a start. He wasn't fully free from all his shackles, but it was progress. He just needed to work towards it. He gave a last look towards his friend and toward the puzzle box of mysteries. He recognized the colorful rooms as part of who he was, and he did not reject them any longer. accepting them as part of him before he left. Mark embraced his lost childhood and, with it, a new goal to improve his life. He will always be grateful to his little, cheerful purple friend for having opened a hole in the cage around his heart. "I'll be back soon," he announced to him, tears flowing from his eyes as he made his way out of the level. Puzzle Maker. Fun and imagination. Puzzle Maker. Fun and imagination. This article was made through a collaboration of the entity Puzzle Maker and the Meg. Mark, Captain of Team Mystery. Entity number 64, the Puzzle Maker, slash level 236, Puzzle Box of Mysteries, Concord Entity Classification System, Habitats, Puzzle Box, Indexed Entity Threat Score, Danger 0, Intelligence A+, Class Itemic, Properties Reality Altering, Unique, and Benevolent. Image caption: "A beautiful drawing of me. Thank you, Beach." Description: "Greetings, I'm the Puzzle Maker, or Entity 64, as some say. I'm writing this with the help of my friend Mark. He's making sure I put down all the things I have to mention. I'll try not to bore you too much with my description. I hope you'll stay and learn about me in the meantime. I live in a level called the Puzzle Box of Mysteries, and I don't really go anywhere else outside of it. It's my special home, and I love it so much. I came up with all the decorations. I look like one cute jester, I'd say. I have a big tricolor hat with a symbol of a puzzle piece in the middle, and a big poofy jester costume that's all colorful, too. My skin is a bit purple and pink, like paint splotches. My hair is spiky and of a pretty brighter purple, and my eyes are red for the left and yellow for the right. I also have a little cavity in my chest where my special life cube is found. It's the source of my powers in life, so please don't try to take it or break it, all right? I could get very hurt if you do, so be very careful with me. P.S. My favorite food is gummy worms. If you come here, you can try to bring a batch of them. I would really appreciate the gesture." Behaviors. Mark says I can talk a bit about myself in more detail here. I like to play with wanderers whenever they come into my home. I want to befriend as many of them as I can. People are what make me happy. Since with them, I'll never be alone anymore. One important thing about me is that I love puzzles very much. I'm the master of puzzles, the best of the best. I make riddles and all kinds of quizzes, too. I won't hesitate to challenge anyone to my extremely complicated challenges. It's just so cool to see others enjoy the things I planned. One day, I hope I can find someone as intelligent as me who can solve one of my hardest puzzles so that we can become challenge partners for life. The most important thing is that I want to make people smile and have fun. My challenges are all about the enjoyment of a difficult feat. My challenges are all about the enjoyment of a difficult feat, and I prefer to pair wanderers together to do group puzzles. I think they're the best ones. Causing all these positive feelings makes me feel as strong as the bodybuilders I see in the magazines, although I'm not entirely sure why I am this way. There are many things about my powers that I don't understand. What I dislike is being alone, not having anybody around me. My level is colorful and cool, but it's quite empty sometimes. Even with my puzzle cats and friends, I still feel lonely without wanderers around. I can offer all kinds of nice things, so just keep me a bit of company, okay? I promise I'll be the best friend that anyone can ever have, so please, if you come by anytime soon, don't leave so quickly. Sometimes I can be quite clingy, but I won't do it too much. I don't want to become an inconvenience at all. I want to be everyone's friend, so I won't ever mess up a lot. I used to scare people off in the past because of how unstable my form was. So now that I'm better at handling it, I won't ruin new occasions again, since I can turn into anything I like. I like dressing up and changing my appearance very often. I've tried many modern human styles, and I love each of them so much. If you want fashion advice, come to me. I was once a doll, you see, then a mechanical toy, a plushy boy, and now a jester. I guess you can say this I suit the period I'm currently living in. I'm not sure what else to write here. I will finish up this section for now. I apologize if I messed up the clinical tone. I usually only write in my diary, but no peeking. Abilities. I'm made of puzzles. As such, I'm able to modify my body however I please by editing each piece one by one. I can also create things out of puzzle pieces. All the architecture on my level is made out of them, even the food and drinks. I can modify everything I make with those pieces, including taste and properties. That means all the puzzle food in my level is entirely edible and tastes like real food. How cool is that? I have full control over this place, so the editing possibilities are endless. One other power I have is to create all kinds of puzzles, of course. All I have to do is imagine it to make it come true. I can think of the most complex Rubik's Cube to solve, or a hard enigma, and it will appear. That's how I'm able to create the most unique challenges in the whole world. I would tell you that my other abilities are drawing and collecting mini animal figurines, but Mark is telling me they are not anomalous, so they aren't necessary to be written about. It's a bummer, but you can always come here to my level and I can talk about it. I have so many. Origins. Now, I don't remember much about the years back when I wasn't fully formed. I was like a baby who didn't develop his powers fully. I only briefly remember something from when I first came to life. It was a strange cacophony of voices in my mind, telling me to wake up and bring laughter to the world. The next thing I knew, I was aware of everything around me, and I had the life cube in my chest. The room around me changed and became my level. I suppose that me being given life was the cause of it. The voice was so kind. I remember it clearly. It sounded sad and tired, yet gentle towards me. I wonder if whoever spoke is still here in the back rooms, if they still remember me. After all, they're technically my parent, aren't they? I wonder why they left me here. Sometimes I really wish I had a family like those in the magazines that follow my level. I often think about how things would have gone if I were a part of one. But I guess there was a reason why the voice left me. They must have had an important mission that led them to focus on it, and not me. I'm just a little sad about it. I wish I were as important as that mission. I wonder how it feels to be the first choice for someone special. I used to scare people when I first became aware. My form was so strange and monster like, but I learned to be better for everyone. I just wish people didn't get so quickly bored of me and leave over the years. I always tried my best to entertain them all, but things changed quickly, and so did the general enjoyment of certain enigmas and puzzles. But now, I'm as great as I can be. I just wish it would last a little longer than usual. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I don't want to make it too much about my feelings and bore you. Besides, I have so many friends now. I won't ever be alone again. I hope that it'll stay this way. Advice. No image caption available. The text on the image reads, Do's and Don'ts. Do. Number 1. Feed me candy. My favorites. Number 2. Try solving my puzzles. Number 3. Become my friend. Number 4. Visit me. Fun. Please. Don't. Number 1. Be mean. Sad face. Number 2. Leave soon. Number 3. Forget me. By Puzzle and Mark.